Hi guys, Shrikant here. This is the third video of our series, that is a learn SQL Server in 30 minutes, right? So basically in this one we are going to talk about the query part, right? So there is one language called as the SQL, that is a structured query language. This is the language which is responsible for querying the data, for storing the data, and for everything. You can say if you want to play with a SQL Server, you need to know the SQL language, right? Okay, fine. So this language has the commands. So for understanding the SQL, we need to understand following commands. Okay, fine. The first one is called as a DDL, another one is called as a DML, another one is called as a DQL, and the last one which is DSL. Okay, so the first one is the DDL, that is a data definition language. Data definition language. So what it will have basically, so data definition language will tell us what kind of the structure of my object will be. For example, I have the tables, when I am create the table, I need to know what will the structure of my table, right? So whenever we create the when we create the object, or whenever we drop the object from the database. Okay, so what does, in simple word, whenever we are doing operation on database, the things is called as we are changing the definition of the data, right? So whenever we are changing the definition of the data, or whenever we are changing the definition of object, that thing is called as the DDL language. So for that we have the command, for example, create, drop, and truncate. We'll talk about this once we complete this DQL. Next is called as a DML. So DML means data manipulation language. Right. So in data manipulation language means the how we will manipulate our data. Right. So how the manipulation part will be like how I can insert the data, how I can update the data once it is inserted, and how I can delete the data once it is inserted or updated, right? So these are very important. Next is DQL. DQL means data query language. Data query language basically. So in this one we have the command called as the select. Basically, select command is used to retrieve the data from the table. Next is called as the DSL, data security language. Data security language, right? So here we have the grant, deny, right? So we have a lot of different options. So the very important thing here is that we'll start with the DDL. So we'll talk about how I can create my table, how I can drop my table, and how I can truncate the table. What does it mean exactly? So the first is create. Create is something to create the object into the database, right? So there are a lot of things we can create. I can create the procedures, functions, tables, etc, right? There are a lot of things we can create. Okay, so now in this one we will just take the example how I can create the table. So then later part we will talk about how we can create the procedure, function, and everything, right? So this is the one, in this one how we can create the table. The syntax for creating the table is create table. Now you have to give the name of your table, right? Then we need to give the name of the column. What column will have the my table? So basically here I should have the name of column, and then is the data type, what we have seen like last time. So in the next video we'll talk about more about how we can create table, how we can query, and everything. Hope you like this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.